In this episode, Ralph and I are going to take a look at Mandalorian Episode 3, Chapter 3, The Sin, and that show starts now. Welcome, everyone, to a new episode. This is the Mandalorian Episode 3, called The Sin. I'm your host, Alex Figueroa, and of course, my co-host is Ralph Perez from Strange Planet NYC. What's up, Ralph? How are you doing?
I'm good, Alex. How are you? I'm ready again for another episode of this. This is great. I'm enjoying it.
So what did you think about Mando Episode 3?
I thought that this episode was the best yet, and it just was so explosive with, and I mean that literally, with action and some more revealing of things. And let me remind everybody again, even though we did do this reminder in the last couple of episodes, there are full-on spoilers here. So if you haven't seen the third chapter of The Mandalorian, The Sin, I strongly advise you turn this off right now, go watch it, and then come right back and talk to us. Well, here we go. The Sin. I didn't understand it at first, but then as the show progressed, I realized I knew what the Sin was. The Mandalorian was essentially going against his better judgment, and he was faced with a dilemma. He brought in his acquisition, right? The little baby Yoda that everybody's all gooing about all over social media now. And he kind of like went over the line when he asked the guy, the Imperial guy, what are you going to do with it? And, that didn't fall too well. But he left and he got the rest of those, what's the name of that metal?
Beskar.
He got the rest of the Beskar and he took it with him to get it, forged or whatever, and it's become part of his outfit. The other Mandalorians that were in their little safe house or hiding place or whatever, they were jealous. They were jealous, dude.
Yeah,
they were peanut butter and jelly. They were jealous.
Well, they wasn't as jealous. They were just more of old school, I guess you call Mandalorian, because they were like, oh, you're doing it for the Empire. Like, they still think that the Empire is still around. So they were like, you're working for them. So they kind of didn't like that.
I got it more from the sense that even though I think they knew the Empire wasn't around anymore, I think what they're getting the sense of is that, the sense I got at least, was that they were not appreciative that was coming from the very same people that stole it.
Yes.
And killed many of their people for it. They call it the Purge. And I learned something else about this. That, remember in the first episode when the forging woman was forging the first piece, and we saw flashbacks of the Mandalorian when he was a kid.
Yep.
We weren't sure about the timeline regarding that, but I think we got a closer idea of when this happened. When we saw that again, we saw another sequence like that again in this episode where she was putting together all the other Beskar pieces.
Yeah, the chess piece.
Right?
Yeah, she put the chess piece. Yeah.
Right. He started remembering again what happened to him as a kid, how he lost his parents. And then the last thing we see is the thing opening where he was hidden, and there was a droid that we are very familiar with. We've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they were Trade Federation droid of sorts.
I think they were I think they were Count Dooku's.
I forgot their name.
Count Dooku's guard.
Yeah.
I think that was their guard. His
right, but I don't know if they were. I don't think they're. I mean, they could be. I think that droid is used a lot also with the Trade Federation. The sense I got then was that event must have happened towards the latter part of the Clone Wars, if I want to push it to that level. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
That's what he was, and that's the sense I'm getting at. I could be wrong, but that's, who knows, right? So we're seeing this unfold. We're seeing his conscience burn at him. He's about to leave. He turns the ship on, then he turns it off again. And I said, oh boy, this is gonna get crazy now. And it got crazy. Alex, tell me about crazy. Please tell me about crazy, what you saw.
Well, I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, I think in terms of action, I think this is the best action I think I've seen in a Star Wars movie. I mean, of course, I'm not talking about the lightsaber battles or whatever. That's a totally different, but I'm talking about shot by shot. The single-handedly, this Mandalorian episode felt like every action movie put into one. I call him the Mando Jaeger, bro, because he became John Wick. I was like, holy crap, this dude is a John Wick space sci-fi movie. He did John Wick mixed with the transporter, because in the same movie with Jason Statham, he tries to transport a package, then he doesn't give it to them, and then he has to fight his way. So I was like, the action sequences in this episode alone was so phenomenal.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's so phenomenal. I mean, especially him walking in the dark, killing them in the dark. When he shot his Gatling gun and he pulled the guy and stabbed him in the back, I said, "Oh my god, this is amazing." Yeah, and then he did the Iron Man when he shot all the missiles and he killed everybody in one shot.
The little tiny missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what the Forge person created.
Yeah,
we saw that being made. That was insane. I was like, oh my god, look what was that? That was knocked them all out. Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, it was and it didn't feel like it was thrown in there just to throw in there to get the crowd, crazy. Like it felt like it was part of the show. Like it was just like, okay, let me see what more can he do, and that's exactly what you got. And I was like, holy moly! But the funny thing is when he finally got his armored all shiny and new, and he walks into the thing.
Yeah,
I started thinking of RoboCop when he first came into the precinct. Remember when he first came into the precinct and he was all shiny and silver? It was like din 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 din. He was a super room. Din 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 din. Like moving along, creep. And I was like, oh my God. No. I mean, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but it was pretty cool. And she did tell him, once I forged this, you're going to stand out. And he did. It was so bright. Stood out. Yeah. And alone, in terms of the episode alone, I mean, that sequence from there on, even his rifle had a listening device when he went on the roof. It's a taser, it's a rifle, and now apparently it's a listening device. And I thought that was amazing.
When he was listening to the Imperial dude talk to the doctor about the baby Yoda.
Yeah, he was like, about
they were extracting something from him.
Yeah, mostly the thing that you said, the Manachlorians or something.
Midichlorians? Yeah, it could be a midichlorian sample.
Yeah.
A lot of people on social media are talking about, it's cloning him. They're cloning him. And we had this discussion before.
Yeah.
I like to not think that way because that's more of the obvious answer. Like I want something that will make me go, oh, that will shock me. I don't want to, because everybody's presuming cloning. And I don't want that. But that's me.
No, I understand where you're coming from. And then from there, I mean, he grabs it and then it sets up to the John Wick moment that everybody has the tracker. And he's walking through everybody with the buzzer going off. And I'm like, this is so John Wick.
Every single bounty hunter in that planet, all of a sudden, were like zeroed in on him.
Yeah.
He was trying to leave with the baby Yoda.
He got excommunicado.
Yeah. Yo, that was crazy. I was like, how is he going to get out of this? And then what happens?
He fought his way out.
Mandalorian friends come and save the day and help him out.
But
I really like that. What was that exchange?
That was pretty cool because first he was doing it himself. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Because he was on top of the speeder, and he put the baby Yoda down and he's all sleeping there. And he's just like, I'm going to get you. We're going to get out of this joint. And he's doing his thing. And I was like, this is awesome. He's using his rifle and they all got scared because they all started disappearing when he shot them. I was like, oh man, you guys better get out of the way. But it was pretty cool how he went against Carl Weathers' character.
He went against not just the character. He went against the guild code.
Yes.
And I believe that was the sin. That's why the name of the show is called The Sin. I think that was the sin. You do not do that. That's a bad thing. When you commit a sin, you're gonna get punished. Well, guess what? They want to punish him now.
Well, but he got strength in numbers because him and his brethren got stronger. Because remember, they didn't like each other until the Forge said that.
Especially the big guy.
This is the way. That's the whole that's their saying. I guess.
Yeah, it's the way. This is the way.
This is the way.
Like that. And they exchanged it, and I was like, oh, so that's their little motto. Okay, I get that.
And it was cool.
Oh yeah,
I
love
felt
the
it.
gun. You saw that gun?
The machine gun from the. That sequence was crazy. That sequence alone was amazing. When they all came up and it was that wide angle and you saw them all coming over, and I was like, oh, this is. I was like, you guys have nothing now, bro. I was like, the Mandalorian.
And then when he took off on the ship, you see the guy flying right behind him, right beside him, and he goes like this.
That was mad Superman.
That was mad Iron Man.
Iron Man and Superman. When he's
that was more Iron Man to me because of the metal and because of the gesture.
Yeah, because remember Superman does it to the pilot.
Yes, at the end when
he's like
okay. Oh, dude, I was like that, but it did remind me a lot. I thought of Iron Man just straight up. And wasn't this guy involved in the Iron Man movies too?
Who?
The guy who made
Jon Favreau?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who created the first one.
Yeah, well, look at that.
The director of the first one, actually.
No wonder the Mandalorian's got all these weapons. He got the flamethrower thing, and
the missiles.
He could do this, and he could do this. Forget about it.
It was an amazing. I mean, even Baby Yoda, he didn't do nothing, but he did enough. And the thing about Baby Yoda that got me like, oh my God, his gestures. When he was walking and he saw the Imperial stormtroopers, like his ears went down, like he knew something was gonna happen, and he looked at him like, like he knew already that he was doing something wrong because he looked at him, going, oh damn, like what did I do? And I think he noticed the minute he walked in there, he gave it, and then he heard the Baby Yoda going, and I was like, mother, no, don't do it, Mando. And I mean, he felt it too.
Bad.
Yeah, I felt very bad.
He did, which is why he came back for him. I like it when he ripped
the eye out.
The eye out when he came out of the hole.
Yeah,
he ripped that thing. I was like, oh snap! So that's how you get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean that sequence alone was cool. Even the confrontation between Carl Weathers and the Mandalorian. He knew
What's
the
his
Beskar.
character's name? Carl Weathers.
I don't know because he never even said it. I think he's like the bounty hunter puck guy. I call him the puck guy.
He has to have a name.
Yeah, I think he does have a name. I just don't remember because they haven't even announced their names yet. Like, actually, none of the characters, the names have been announced. Mando is pretty much the Mandalorian. Baby Yoda, we still don't know Baby Yoda's name. And then Carl Weathers' character, I don't think they announced it yet. But
Apollo Creed. Okay, never mind.
Apollo Creed. He's Apollo. But yeah, like that whole conversation was cool. But my thing is, I already knew that the Beskar was in his jacket because he shot him where it was. So I think if he really wanted to shoot,
you think he just did that on purpose to knock him out?
Yes,
and not to kill him.
Yeah, because if he really wanted to kill him, he would have shot him in the face.
That's true.
Because remember, when he was having the conversation with him, he showed him where it is. He was like, "Oh, look, I got a Beskar too." So he goes like, "Don't be greedy," and then he just put it down in the thing.
Like he knew that would be enough to knock him out and give him enough time to leave, but it wouldn't kill him.
But remember, he knows how strong his steel is. So
yeah.
So I just think maybe I'm just being very hypothetical here, but I have a reason. I have a theory that I think he just let him like, you know what? I'm not gonna kill this guy. Like
I think eventually what's gonna happen, and this is just my thoughts. I could be completely off. I could be completely wrong. Carl Weathers' character, I think eventually he's gonna end up like
becoming his friend,
befriending him, and joining him in whatever struggle that surrounds this little Baby Yoda thingy is about. Now, I'd like to think that we're gonna find out really soon what
Baby
this
Yoda
is about. What Baby Yoda? What's the thing here? What is it that's going on? You know, like I want to know. I'm dying to find out. Okay, fine. Extract what? Why? What are you trying to do? And how can the Mandalorian stop that? Apparently, it's not for a good reason. Even though the doctor seemed like he wanted to have the baby alive, like he almost felt like he wanted to help, because when the Mandalorian crashed in there to save the baby Yoda, the doctor was very like horrified and scared, and he kept on trying to assure him that, look, we're not trying to kill him. We need him. He wanted him alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but still, I don't know what's the purpose.
He hit him with the Batman treatment. He was a hand and he just disappeared. I was like, oh man, that's very Batman.
Yeah, that was very Batman. And he's got some Batman gadgets. He got the bat belt.
Yeah, he has everything. He's
got everything.
But in terms of like where this is going, I have a feeling we're gonna find out about Baby Yoda within episode 6 and 7, because 8 is gonna be the big climactic something battle or something. Yeah. So I think
then we're gonna be like, damn, we gotta wait another whole year.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, so I think 6 and 7, we're gonna find out more about where this Yoda, a Baby Yoda character, came from, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool, and more Mandalorian background. So I have a feeling this is a good. I mean, I gotta say, for Disney giving how can you say it? Giving a chance on a series like this as their opener, I give them a lot of credit, because man, this is an amazing episode. I mean, series so far. This is 3 episodes in, and I'm like, holy crap.
I wonder how much the ratings or viewing did they get? Is there a way to collect that data? I'm sure there is.
Maybe there is.
There has to be.
Honestly, out of the whole Disney Plus thing, everybody's seeing what the Star Wars thing, but I mean, and all the Marvel stuff, but I mean, the newer stuff would be this, because there's no new content besides Mando.
So the Mandalorian is the only newest content that's available right now streaming on Disney Plus.
I mean, yeah, in terms of like, you got the movies and everything from the 80s and the cartoons and all that crap.
Right.
In terms of the newest,
brand new, fresh, out of the oven stuff.
Yeah, this is the only thing so far that I've seen unless you're talking about Jeff Goldblum, whatever the hell, Natural Geographic's him walking the earth and doing stupid. I don't know what the hell he does, but I don't consider that as.
I heard that was really good, actually. But
but I don't consider that. I mean, if you want to see what Jeff Goldblum is doing, like, what the hell, like, who cares? I don't care what Jeff Goldblum is doing. No, but seriously,
Jeff Goldblum.
I think he's an amazing actor, but I'm not gonna sit down and watch what the hell he does with his life. Like, that's crazy. But.
Fair enough.
But in terms of TV shows, that's the only one, is the Mandalorian. Because Obi-Wan ain't coming out for a few years, I think. But you know what? It's a good launch.
No.
Yeah, I think
it should come out sooner than that. A few years, maybe next year.
I think the following year.
That's a long time, dude. I don't know about that. I mean, he kind of looks I haven't seen Dr. Sleep yet, but when I saw the preview, I'm like, oh, was he shooting Obi-Wan stuff? Because he has the beard and he's got the same kind of look there. But I don't know. Could be completely off.
Yeah.
I like to think that it's not going to, I mean, it's a TV show. It's not going to take too long to make. And he's not like forever committed to it. It's just a miniseries.
Yeah, so 6 episodes by the time, but you got to remember, they're not going to throw you Marvel stuff and then Star Wars stuff at you at once. They got to stretch it out. Yeah. So I think they're going to put Marvel first with whatever they're going to put out, and then Star Wars right after.
But in any case, I really think that the Mandalorian, this particular episode was very good. It was filled with action. It had a little bit more revelation and didn't reveal too much. It keeps what I like about these episodes is that they give you a little bit more of info, a little bit more mixed in with some great nostalgic stuff that any true Star Wars fan would immediately pick up on and be like, oh snap, I know what that is. Oh snap, I heard of that before, and that's what I keep on experiencing with every episode, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. And I hope to continue to experience it with every episode that's coming.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think so far episode 3 has been the most action of the 3. I think the storylines are getting better. Character development is at an all-time high with with each episode of Mandalorian. Other than that, guys, let me know below, what did you think about The Sin episode 3? Comment below. We'll get to you once we see the comments. Other than that, Ralph, please plug in your Strange Planet NYC.
Go to Strange Planet NYC in YouTube, and you'll see my content there. Consider subscribing. Click on the bell for future notifications, where I will show you some extra stuff. I haven't put up anything in a bit, but I'll be back.
All right, and you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that bell button, and turn on those notifications so every time new videos come out Tuesdays and Fridays, you guys will be notified. Until then, geek out.